National Senior Vice President of Advocacy and Policy on Fox News today, being questioned by Bill Hemmer. Cut 4, go.
He said he referred to light-skinned and a Negro dialect. Based on your answer, you're saying that's acceptable.
Well, I'm saying the way you said it was quite awkward.
Stop. Oh, so it's awkward. So Obama says it was unfortunate. And the NAACP Senior Vice President of Advocacy and Policy says it was awkward. This is about as low and pathetic as it gets, folks. Go ahead.
Less non-offensive. That what he said was actually part of a calculus as to why he believed Barack Obama could be elected in this country today.
Just to be clear, you're accepting this. You've excused this.
Well, we understand it very well.
Well, you don't even make sense, sir. You're incoherent. You understand what very well? You just said that it was awkward but not offensive. So what do you understand very well? That it was awkward and not offensive? You seem to be giving with one hand and taking with the other. You understand very well that what? Racism? But you won't call the guy's comment racist. The pretzels the left will turn themselves into to advance their agenda because it's a completely corrupt philosophy. It's completely corrupt. You can argue health care with statistics and CBO numbers and actuarial numbers. You can give them evidence. Doesn't matter. Global warming. We have one of the coldest winters on record. People are dying of, lack of heat in this country. And it's from one end of the country to the other. Florida is freezing. Phoenix is 70 degrees. LA is 70 degrees. Do we talk about global warming? Not right now. It's inconvenient, isn't it? But no matter what the evidence shows right in front of your eyes, they will tell you it's something else. They have lost their way. They have no moral compass. So Harry Reid can make these outrageous comments, not about Barack Obama, but about black Americans, and Washington circles the wagons. Here's another fraud. Dianne Frankenfeinstein, Senator, California. Go.
Is this going to have the same impact on Harry Reid should he resign?
I don't think so. First of all, all of us are imperfect. Clearly, this was a mistake. Clearly, the leader misspoke. He is also apologized.
Stop. He misspoke. He's imperfect and he misspoke. Have you ever heard that kind of a characterization given to any conservative or Republican? Look, he's imperfect and he misspoke. Would you ever expect those phrases to pass Dianne Frankenfeinstein's lips if a Republican or conservative had said such things? Never. Go ahead.
He's not only apologized to the president, I think he's apologized to all of the black leadership that he could reach.
That's enough. All the black leadership he could reach, which just happens to be left-wing Democrat. So they're gonna back Harry Reid no matter what happens. They've sold out. They're not a civil rights movement anymore. They're an appendage of the Democrat Party. It's that simple. We'll be right back. Anyway, my friend Don Imus, he made an unfortunate or awkward statement once. To quote Obama and the head of one of the heads of the NAACP, it was unfortunate and awkward. But Obama was on the spot. He was ready to go. And he was asked by David Gregory about it back in April 2007. I wonder what he said. Cut 8, go.
Senator Obama, I want to begin by asking you about Don Imus. You have condemned his remarks about the women's basketball team at Rutgers. Let me ask you pointedly, do you think he should be fired?
I don't think MSNBC should be carrying the kinds of hateful remarks that Imus uttered the other day. And, he has a track record of making those kinds of remarks.
So he should be off the air, off of MSNBC and off of CBS, off the air completely in your judgment?
Ultimately, you guys are going to have to make that view. He would not be working for me.
I see. But Harry Reid is okay. If Imus had limited his comments to phrases like light-skinned and Negro dialect, I guess that would have been acceptable. Unfortunate, but acceptable to Barack Obama, except we don't know if Imus supports the quote-unquote social justice agenda of Barack Obama. That would be a requisite, no doubt about it. Obama's such a fraud. He's just such a fraud. The whole damn party's full of frauds. Meantime, I think Obama has some apologizing to do, don't you? Reading from one of his memoirs, Dreams from My Father, I recall this. Cut 9, go.
It is this world, a world where cruise ships throw away more food in a day than most residents of Port-au-Prince see in a year, where white folks' greed runs a world in need, apartheid in one hemisphere, apathy in another.
White folks' greed run a world in need? Mm-hmm. Remember that line? I don't remember him apologizing to white folks, do you? What have I always said? The Democrats are obsessed with race and sex. And they are. But let's listen to Biden. Most of you have heard this before. Yes, a golden oldie, January 2007, plugs Biden. Go.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African-American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice-looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man. Yeah.
So they liked Obama as a candidate because he wasn't all that black. He didn't have a Negro dialect, and he was clean. Interesting. Then we have the Dean of the Senate. Loved by his fellow senators, particularly the Democrats, as he goes to his desk in the Senate with the spittle running uncontrollably down his chin. March 2001 on Fox News. We will bleep it at the right time. Cut 11, go.
There are white I've seen a lot of white in my time. I'm going to use that word.
Well, I'm sure you will. You've had a lot of practice, you big dummy. John Murtha, talking about his own constituents in western Pennsylvania. October 2008, cut 12, go.
You know, there's no question western Pennsylvania is a racist area. Obama has got the problem, the racist issue in western Pennsylvania.
Is this sick and sick and sick? Then we have Little Dick Durbin from the great state of Illinois. The land of Lincoln is now the land of Little Dick Durbin. During the Sotomayor hearings, and boy, wasn't she a beaut too with the Latinos and the white judges. She was a little into it too. July 2009, cut 13, go.
When we asked questions of the white male nominees of a Republican president, we were basically trying to find out whether to make sure that they would go far enough in understanding the plight of minorities, because clearly that was not in their DNA.
That's right. The white nominees by Republicans, they don't care about the plight of minorities. It's not in their DNA because they're all racist. We know this. Or they're numb to the whole issue. The fact that they endorse the Constitution, that demonstrates, as a matter of fact, that they don't understand the plight of minorities, you know. Then we have Hillary Rotten Clinton, her thyness, back in January 2004. Cut 14, go.
I love this quote. It's from Mahatma Gandhi. He ran a gas station down in St. Louis for a couple of years. Mr. Gandhi, you can still go to the gas station? A lot of wisdom comes out of that gas station.
Oh, yes, yes. Wouldn't this be the one who gave a slobbering kiss to Arafat's wife? And according to a former trooper, didn't have nice things to say about Jews either. But, of course, we know that trooper was lying. Look at this circus. Look at these lightweights who are so completely out of their league, one after another as we turn our lives and our treasure over to them. Obama, Reid, Clinton, Biden, Murtha, Durbin, on and on. The NAACP, what a joke that's become. Al Sharpton, circus clown. Not a single intellectually honest Democrat or civil rights leader has spoken out yet. Not one. And flat out condemned Reid for his racist comment. It's awkward. It's unfortunate. He supports social justice. First and foremost, it's always the agenda, ladies and gentlemen. Their agenda is to control you. And they'll tolerate an awful lot. They'll tolerate racist comments. They'll tolerate adultery. They'll tolerate perverts. They'll tolerate lawbreakers like Charlie Rangel. Do you think for a second a Republican chairman of the Ways and Means Committee that has so many tax violations as this jerk, that he or she would be able to continue to hold that position? They chased out Newt Gingrich. He hadn't done anything. Charlie Rangel sits there. It's absolutely stunning. Or this Baucus, who had an affair with a staffer. Oh, that's a no-no. Those of you who actually work in a business or even in government at a lower level, you know, none of that on the workplace, right? Unless you're a senator. Check that. Unless you're a liberal Democrat senator and they need your vote, then it's morally permissible. It's the rule, not the exception. So what's the big deal, Mark? Yep.